Nikos Rentis here, mentorsapproach.com. I just want to throw a huge thank you for the people who've been downloading the book, Ideas to Profits. And if you connect down and click on the link, it will take you to ideastoprofits.ca, which redirects you to download the book. Check it out. You will love it. There's a course that's attached to it that you can jump on and start learning all about the details of taking an idea into profits as a product or service. I got a question here from somebody who I believe downloaded my book. They've sent me a couple questions, and this one is a good one. Hi, Nikos. I recently started a new project and with something, and we are incorporating the idea under the business I currently have. I got some videos you need to look at. These seem good. Things seem good, but after talking to a few friends, they are worried I didn't do enough legally and I'm at risk. Can you help? Question: how did you bring in this person? How are you paying him? Have you consulted, your accountant to figure out how you guys splitting the profit on this? Is it a cash transaction? How much money are you actually gonna lose if you did go that route where you're like, okay, I'll pay you this much money, or you make a cut out of it? What did you actually do? You're not giving me enough information there. What I would do if I was incorporating a project under one of my businesses with somebody new, I would make sure I draft out good contracts to make sure how this person is affiliated to the company, how this person works with the company, the exit strategy of what this person will have or I will have once this project is taking off and I don't want to be in it, or it's taking off, they don't want to be in it, or it's not taking off, and how do we split apart? I've heard horror stories with people trying to take over the business or take portions of the business or client list, and that brings me to the most important thing. What about your client list? Who keeps the client list? Who keeps that customer list? The email list, the all-important email list in our day and age when you're going to want to redo this project and off we go. How is that being, kept together? There are many factors such as that you need to really address, and it's one of those questions: is how much money do you have to spend on a lawyer? How much money do you have to spend on the accountant, etc., etc.? My advice would be to really look through the project. If you did a coach call with me and I really found out what you're doing, I could give you specific questions of what to do moving forward and what to go ask the lawyer so they can draft up the right thing so you're not spending a lot of money. When you do go to lawyers, what ends up happening is they ask you what the idea is, and then they give you the concrete of everything you need to do. And now you got a situation where you got to go back to your partner and be like, hey, I need this signed now. How do you communicate that without losing the business idea that you're working on? It's a tough one. You're in a tough situation, and this is why we need to deal with these things in advance. And I mean, I'm not, you're not the only one. I'm not the only one. Everybody's gone through it. It's a learning curve. You get smacked in the face eventually, and then you learn, and then you go on the next project, and you hope that last project wasn't that big. And then again, I've been in other projects where I worked with people, and I got screwed over totally, and we had spent so much money on the legal stuff, but it turned out that, some things changed where I didn't know in the document that you could change those, and my lawyer was like, well, you never asked. If you would have told me about that. And I'm like, how did I know? That's why I'm coming to you. And they're like, well, I know what you're telling me. So it's good to have that advice of what you should be looking for, what you should be after when you're going through that route. And then I can ask you exactly, questions about how you guys are getting paid and how you're going to split the profits as you go through it. The accountant will tell you the different ways, but then again, the accountant will tell you structurally based on what you're doing. They're not going to look at your lifestyles and all the other stuff and how to put in the holding companies. This is why it's good to have an accountant and a lawyer that know each other and work together. And even if you introduce them and be like, hey, talk to each other so you can set it up so the structure is properly, so when growth starts happening and you want to put up that holding company and really do some good taxation processes in there, this is what you would do. So send me another email with more details, and I'll respond back to it. But definitely get on a coach call with me, and I can definitely help out. And don't forget to download Ideas to Profits. It's going to help anybody that's looking to get their idea rolling.